So I've been thinking, talking to God a lot lately, right? So listen to this. Things that cannot be duplicated, as water and what heat energy is, but also ice, right? Cold is an energy. So water, ice, gravity, right? Water, ice, gravity, and water, ice, gravity, and fire are forces, are types of energies, right? That we cannot duplicate, we cannot mimic ourselves, humans, right? So the reason why they can't be mimicked, the reason why they can't be duplicated, the reason why we can't come up with these things ourselves to create them is because it is the spoken word of God in his angelic language. And since none of us know what the angelic language is or what it really sounds like to mimic it, we cannot produce it. We cannot recreate it. This is why the scientific world is really always trying to find out what these things are. How do you create water? We can't do it. How do we create oxygen? Well, we know how it comes up, but we can't duplicate it ourselves. How come we can't do this and that? Comes a time, in life when us humans, every knee shall bow, every knee shall bow to God and say that he is God. Until that day, humans will try everything and anything in the science, world to try to come up with things to make themselves feel like they are God or they are one with God. And this will never happen because God would not allow it. So God sealed the Bible, right? God hid the tree of life, the tree of knowledge of good and evil in the garden, secured by angels, right? And nobody can get in. Okay, we know all this stuff. So knowing that and coming with, understanding and developing an understanding and a respect for God, right? And a fear of God. Discernment. So we need to discern these things. We need to understand these things for what they really are. And we need to respect God for who he is. So with that being said, this goes to the scientific community. Stop it. Like, really, honestly, stop it. We've never left low Earth orbit. A lot of these things NASA's doing is lies. It's, again, it is the angelic language, the spoken word of God that created. And we would never be able to duplicate what God has already done and sealed with his word. That's all. So, y'all take care. God bless.